confused as to like, because she didn't see that, so she's a bit confused as to what you're saying. But she didn't does know that like, hey, like these wounds aren't natural. They didn't like, or they just started appearing. So she's not gonna say like, hey, you're wrong, but she's definitely gonna like kind of like side eye and be like, all right then.
Right.
So
Ultimately,
So then,
some of you witnessed what happened.
yeah.
So those of you that witnessed, especially Rose, you would be a little bit startled about it because you saw that thing, you saw that whatever was going on, stabbing the lady, you saw that arm pull out of nowhere, made a hole on reality, and just started to come out. Um, so it wouldn't be your typical situation.
I think Lorraine, if you're gonna give me that side eye, I think I'm just gonna like try to repeat to you or like just like describe once again what happened and try to figure out why you didn't see it. And then just like also kind of mention like what and there was an arm. I have no idea what that is. I think I might be having hysteria.
all right, so hold on, give me a second to think. Um, well, you said your Dan was there, right?
I'm
Or
sorry.
no, Maeve was with. Who was with you when in the other
Maeve was
dimension?
Maeve had
Maeve
the
was with
vision
you.
with
Yes.
Okay, so Elaine's like, is there anyone else who can back up your story, hon?
just you because you were in the room. The room looked weird though. Everything felt weird, and then a
Is
man who is still loose in the hospital.
Oh my stars. Well, either you imagine things or the devil himself has come for us.
What was in the building? You went into that building. What was going on in that building?
Oh shit. Hold on, let me remember.
well,
Um,
I will definitely advise you by next week to watch the video with the recap that we have. But besides
oh shit, I
that,
forgot about this.
yeah. But besides that, um, if you remember, you guys started at a you
Started
guys
at a
were drinking.
speakeasy.
You guys were drinking. Then all of a sudden, you heard like an explosion, and then you guys got out, and the building across the street from the
You're
place
still
where you guys were
injured with your legs
drinking
cut
was
off.
like completely destroyed. There was signs of not signs of fire, but definitely there was some sort of explosion, something that just appeared over there and slashed through people. There were body parts everywhere. Remember that?
Yeah, yeah. They're like their legs were like cut off in like very clean manner, like they
Yeah.
weren't blown off.
When you went into the
Um,
building, you were able to see like wounds that were not consistent with what the cops were saying.
yeah.
Well,
I don't
yeah,
know what else.
the cops kept saying that it was an explosion and most likely a fire caused some sort of gas leak to ignite and eventually explode.
So, what else did we found like a dagger, and we found the dagger, and oh God, what else did we find? Oh God, it's been like a month, dude. Um, what else did we find?
It was just a dagger.
It was
You
just
guys
a
found
dagger.
the dagger. Yeah, you guys found the dagger. I believe you guys found the a body of a guy with a robe. Um, if you remember, also you guys talked to a lady, which was the lady that just got killed out there. She was very upset because her son and her went there to try to set everything up with the company that handles the cemetery because her husband just passed away about a week ago in a very, very strange and unfortunate turn of events at their farm. Remember that?
Yes, because I remember we were
Yeah.
debating going to the hospital or going to the funeral home to investigate that.
Right. Well, that place was kind of like the administrative office of the funeral home, if you would.
So, so Lorraine's just kind of stammering a bit. She doesn't really like. She's just trying to recall everything. She's like, there was that lowers her voice a bit so no one else hears that dagger that that our friend over there found. There was also like there was body parts everywhere. It was a horrible little mess. Um, it was our lady friend that just passed away. Bless her heart. And it was the strangest thing, you know. All the legs were cut off at like they were like. Have you ever seen a surgery?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, it was like an amputation. It wasn't like they were blown off. It's the strangest thing.
That's
And
so many.
yeah, but I don't know. Lorraine, it's clear Lorraine like kind of is leaning into the idea of something unknown, but like she's just trying to process everything that's happened so far. Mostly because like I don't remember.
DM,
Mm-hmm.
the other nurse, the charge nurse, where is she right now? Is she like actively watching us?
Yes, she's making sure that you guys are not leaving because you know the entrance to the hospital is always open pretty much. So there's really
Okay.
no
So I
way
think
to stop you unless she's just trying to make sure to intimidate you a little bit so you cannot leave.
okay. I think at this point all of the strangeness is starting to hit Rose, and she's starting to realize that something's not right at all. I'm going to approach the charge nurse. I'm not going to walk right up to her. I'm just going to take a couple of steps forward and give her a wave to indicate I want to talk to her. And I just want to I want to ask her like what is going on exactly. I'm so confused. It's more so I want to see her reaction to me to see if she talks to me like she normally does, or if she is also part of the weirdness.
The nurse? Well, the
Yeah.
nurse will tell you. Well, she says, I'm not necessarily sure what to think of you today. Mainly because I don't know if you're just playing me a fool or what. But I can tell you this much. What is going on right now is that there was this huge incident where there was a huge explosion and this lady was brought over here, and you and I discussed that when you came into the hospital to check specifically on that lady. And after you did that, um, Jesus, after you did that, you went to the room. I told you what room she was in. I told you that it wasn't okay for people to go check in, but I trusted you. And I let you go in there. And when you went in there, all of a sudden, I don't know, you were gone for 15 minutes or so. And then by the time you came back, all of a sudden you were freaking out that this situation was going on. And when we went over there, um, and we showed up in the room, we saw you trying to resuscitate her, and she was dead, or at least it appeared that you were trying to resuscitate her, and and we had to call the police on you guys. Well, we had to call the police for them to come investigate and see what is actually going on, um, because I'm pretty sure you guys are involved in this in some way.
Right. Now, as she's saying this, I'm not sure what role this would be, but maybe psychology or something. I'm trying to ascertain, like Rose is trying to ascertain, is she speaking as this woman normally speaks to me, or is she seeming off and odd herself? Because she's accusing me of murdering a ward, a charge essentially, and
Well,
that's like a
she's
huge,
definitely a little bit hectic, a little bit upset. You know, she's she wouldn't be talking to you in a friendly way like she normally would. You know, she's definitely not trusting you right now. She actually, you know, and you can't blame her really. She doesn't really know what to believe. She has that situation in there, and she's a little bit freaking out too because obviously there is a murder over there, um, in the hospital, and it most likely is one of you. I mean, you guys were, as far as she knows, you guys are the only ones that were in the hospital at that time because it wasn't visiting hours. She was actually allowing you an exception to go see the the nurse. I mean the patient.
facility. So she can confirm that there was no man walking around that I described.
She didn't see anybody walking in.
Okay.
Definitely, she told you last session when you guys were having that argument before you left because she
Hmm.
was definitely accusing you of doing it, and she even without knowing that you guys have the dagger, she even said, "I'm sure when the police comes, they'll find out exactly who did it, and I wouldn't be surprised if one of you have the murder weapon." Mainly because she's just
Yeah, because
distraught.
that's what's confusing Rose is that she immediately is assuming that her coworker is a murderer. So that's why Rose is trying to figure out, like, is this part of the weirdness that's like starting to catch up with her mind right now?
Right.
But she just looks like she's also just having trouble with the whole situation.
The nurse, yes.
Okay, okay. So she's just bugging out as well. Okay. I didn't know if my girl got like hypnotized or something. That's what I was trying to figure
No,
out.
no, no. The nurse is just fine.
Okay.
Nothing happened to the nurse.
Okay. So she's just freaking out because a patient just got murdered.
Yes. And because you guys seem to be the murderers. She's also scared a little bit because, you know, if you guys kill somebody on a bed, what's to stop you from killing her?
But what makes us look like the murderer? That's the part I'm confused about.
The fact that you guys were the only one there.
But we were trying to save the lady.
Right, but somebody doesn't get stabbed normally, you know, like by themselves. Somebody has to do the stabbing. And obviously the patient
Right.
didn't have a knife or a dagger and or anything else pungent for that matter, and you guys were the only ones there that could have had access to something like that.
Right. I think my confusion is just coming from I told her that there was an armed assailant and she's doing nothing to have that person being found. I think that's why Roses was like so
Well, that's what
confused.
she called the
Um,
police. She called the police ultimately to have you,
but for the
you
whole
know,
situation. Okay.
interrogated, and also to check the hospital if there's anybody else in the hospital. However, there's no other exit in the hospital, so
Okay, so we're like a little hospital.
yeah,
Gotcha. Okay. Means he's still in the hospital.
yeah. This is 1920s
Lorraine, he's
hospital.
still in the building.
One entrance
Lorraine,
only.
he's still
That's
in the
it.
building.
Uh, sorry.
So,
Lorraine's just kind of
go
like
ahead.
a wave of panic. Oh, sorry, my bad.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Say whatever you're gonna say.
And at Rose's words, Lorraine just kind of silently panics, because like the idea of murder in a hospital, just being so close to murder is like, 'cause, I mean, she's a nurse. She deals with death all the time, but like being so close to someone who could just kill her is so terrifying to her. But it's just silent panic. So she just goes, "All right."
So, ultimately, let's see. Give me just a second.
I think we're in agreement that we're waiting for the police to show up,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Okay.
Well,
So
I
we're
mean,
so
there's
Lorraine.
no agreement. The nurse is just not letting you go or do anything
No, I mean like
else.
between me and Lorraine, like we're not trying to do anything to like get out of there. We're like waiting for the police.
That is correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
Um,
my god.
yeah. Dan all of a sudden bite his tongue when he tries to talk, so he's having a hard time talking right now. And let's see, Dan. Just a moment.
Dan, are you okay?
Uh, one the and then kind of mumbles, yeah, I can't talk really well. He bit his tongue pretty bad, so he took some damage. He's having a hard time talking right now. So he says, "Can I get some water?" And to the nurse. And the nurse says, "Yes, you may get some water. The water is on the over there, over the I don't know, the counter will be where the
Yeah, sure.
nurse will sit down." So she's like, "Yeah, over there, the counter. There's a water jar with some cups. You can have some water from there." And then says, "Okay, okay." And the nurse says, "I'm gonna be watching you." So you see Dan slowly going over water and starting to work on the water. And what happened with Maeve? Okay, Maeve hasn't gone yet. Oh no, yeah, she failed it. Okay. So at that point, Maeve stands up. And let me see if I have something else that I can roll on Maeve. Call navigate person. No, never mind. Maeve says, I need to go to the bathroom. And then it says, "Well, you're gonna have to wait till the police gets here. I can't let you go to the bathroom right now." She says, "Okay," and Maeve continues arguing with her. "But you know what? If I have to pee, I cannot watch you and watch him get water. So," and she's like, "Look," and Maeve gets up. "Look, you need to let me go to the bathroom because otherwise I'm gonna pee your floor over here, and then we're gonna explain to the police why you didn't let me pee in the bathroom. Because ultimately I'm not leaving the building, and you're accusing me, and that's fine, but you don't know if I'm guilty or not." And they're having a little back and forth, which ultimately it is somewhat distracting the nurse. So let's see.
Does Dan look like he's doing something other than clean water?
Dan spots the nurse's purse. And the nurse's purse is right under that counter area where she sits, right next to the water bottle. And he, let's see how that goes. He goes ahead and takes the dagger out and puts it inside of the purse, and sticks her right out.
Do we
And
see that? Me and Lorraine?
uh, roll spot hidden.
too distraught.
Oh man,
Oh,
No,
Lorraine,
this
you're almost
poor,
there though.
this poor nurse.
no as is anything. So Lorraine, Dan finally comes back and says, "Oh, thank you for the water, appreciate it," and sits down. So finally, the police arrives, and when the police arrives, they walk through the door, and the nurse automatically turns around, is like, oh my goodness, thank God you guys are here. I was really afraid of my life. We have had a murder here in the hospital, and I am pretty sure it was them because we have no knowledge of anybody else in the hospital being here. And as far as I know, her and that other person um, went inside of the room when the murder happened. And although I work with that lady over there, her name is Rose, but at this time she was there when this happened, and they were the only ones there. And all of a sudden, the victim just ended up with hundreds of stab wounds, and apparently neither of them did it.
Yes, neither of us did it because we saw who did it, and I elbow. Uh, oh crap, what's her name?
And then it says, "Excuse me,
I
officer."
elbow M. We saw who did it, and we told her, and if she didn't see him leave, he has to still be in this building. Also, whatever her name is, I'll call her Sally. Also, Sally, if you were afraid for your life, then why did you stand between three or four people you thought were murderers in the door if you were still afraid for your life? And
Excuse,
that's just Rose being silly.
excuse me,
She's
officer,
not good.
but I have nothing to do with any of this. I wasn't even in the room, and him, he wasn't even in the room either. We were outside the room, pretty far from the room. We were in the hallway. And the police says, "Okay, okay. So, are you okay? You sound a little hurt. I just bit my tongue, but I'm okay." Okay, you can sit down, fella. You can sit down. You're fine. I'm sure once we sort all this out, maybe the doctors here can take care of you or whatever it is that you need. But just sit down over there. And so the police says, "Well, so you said they talked to the nurse. It's like, okay, so you said that the lady was stabbed. Can we see the lady?" And the nurse says, "Yes." Okay, so the police guy, he tells the other officers to stay over there with you, and he starts walking. Um, and then as he walks, he goes into the room, whatever. And he takes their time. They go with the nurse, and then eventually they come back. So when they come back, oh, the new guy is coming in 15 minutes. Okay, cool. All right. So when they come back, they they're like, okay, and you've been working here at this hospital for how long? Well, I've been working here for a good 5 years now, and she's working here too. And she said, yeah, she works here also. Her name is Rose, and I have worked with her before. Okay, and okay, so let me talk to Rose for a minute and see what's going on. And the police comes and to talk to you. It's like, oh, okay, hi. So the nurse says that you were in the room when this happened. So you
Yes,
want to tell me what happened?
absolutely. Okay, and I'll let him know that I was outside when that building exploded, and I met that woman there. I was hoping to keep her calm. She seemed hysterical, and I knew that she was being transferred to my hospital, so I wanted just to double check on her because she seemed so distraught. I went in there with Maeve. I confirmed that the other people were not in the room with us. It was just me and Maeve, and that we saw a guy stabbing this woman. And I attempted to stop the bleeding, but it was way too many cuts, and I couldn't.
So you saw a
And
guy.
that
Okay. And where is that guy now?
do I know what direction he ran in,
Do you know what?
or did he just like leave?
What did you ask me?
Do I know what direction that man ran in, or did he
Oh,
just
he
like
just got out of the room. It looked like he turned left, almost like going towards the exit, but you don't really know necessarily exactly where he went because you stayed inside the room trying um, to help the lady.
I'll just let the officer know that I didn't bother to. I rushed to the woman's side and I didn't see where the man went. I'll ask Maeve if she saw.
And when you say that, the nurse says, "See, I told you." She's saying anything just to just to try to prove that she didn't do it. Because you know what? Obviously, if she got stabbed and she was there, she would have anybody would have chased that guy instead of staying there when the lady was already dead.
I watched her get stabbed. She wasn't dead immediately. That's why I tried to stop the. What kind of nurse are you?
You know you
Of course
stabbed
you
her.
tried to stop the
You
police.
know you stabbed her. You and your friend over there. I'm sure
Then
you
why aren't
guys
we
did it.
covered in blood? Then why aren't we covered in blood if we stabbed her?
Well, you did. You are covered in blood. You have some blood on you.
Lorraine tried to stop the bleeding and stuff, so she is actively covered in blood right now.
But our hands are covered in blood. Our bodies, like if you're stabbed to that degree, there's going to be blood hitting you. Our bodies aren't covered in blood, just our hands are.
Right, because that's what you used to stab the lady that was bedridden and couldn't move.
What did I stab her with then?
I don't know what you did. I'm sure you have some sort of knife over there because that's what she died of. It looks like she has knife wounds.
Okay, so then where's the knife?
I don't know. I think the police should probably check you out, make sure they find the knife, maybe check this whole place if they need to. God only knows where you put it.
I absolutely agree that the police should 100% look. And I look at the officer and I put my arms out so he can frisk me.
All right, so the police starts frisking you out, and they don't find any knives, other than whatever weapons your character may have. If you have a knife, hopefully you don't have a knife on you.
I have a pocket watch.
Okay.
And my wallet. That's all I have is a
So
pocket watch.
Dan makes sure to put the knife that he had on the away, and eventually they get Dan to get up, and Dan he's talking funny. So the police officer says, "Why are you talking that way?" I have in my tongue. He's like, "Okay, stick your tongue out." He sticks his tongue out, and you see that about a quarter of his tongue is already it's kind of separated from the rest of the tongue. I mean, he bit it pretty hard. It's like, yeah, you're probably gonna need stitches for that. He says, "We'll take care of you. Don't worry." And they frisk him out. It's like, okay, well, who else was here besides? Who else was working here besides you? Well, there's doctors that they've been on other rooms. There's one doctor that is in surgery currently and has been in surgery for the last 3 hours. Like, okay, we can talk to the doctor after. We need to frisk you too, and they frisk her, and they don't find anything. And they say, okay, well, we're gonna have to talk to the doctor. What are your belongings? And there's just, well, my belongings are there on the in my work area where there normally should be. And the police says, okay, well, do you mind if we check your stuff? And let's see. Let's do a roll. See how they go. The police says, yeah, but, I mean, the nurse says, well, if I don't have any options, so she brings her bag. She's like, but you guys are wasting your time because I'm telling you, she is guilty. She stabbed everybody and she hid the knife somewhere. And she's like, here's my bag. And the cop just goes ahead and takes out a long black dagger that it in the shape of a lightning bolt too. And she says, and the cop says, well, you want to explain this? It's like, that is not mine. I'm sure they put it there at some point. You should talk to them. Especially her. She Miss Know-It-All over there. When did you put that in my bag?
Well, you saw me the entire time. You tell me when I put it in your bag.
I walked to say hello to you. At some point, you came over here and you put it back. Probably when I was doing my rounds. We all know it. Right, Mr. Officer? The police like, well, you know what? Cuff her. And they start cuffing her. The police says, I'm sorry you have to go through this. As you may understand, you are witnesses of a murder, so we may need to talk to you. At some point, please do not leave the city, as we will need to call you to get a testimony.
Wait, are they checking the building though for the man?
Well, they're gonna let you go first because obviously you don't have anything to do. And no, they're not checking the building because for all that the police knows, the nurse is the guilty person because she had the dagger in her purse. So they got her man, or lady in this case. It's like, oh man, I'll tell you, this town is cursed, the cop says. First, we had that gas leak, and then this poor lady just gets killed. Man, I'm telling you, that cemetery is just gonna get full these days. What is happening? And the cop says, so are you guys staying for any reason, or what are you guys doing?
I guess like I'm just giving him my address. Self said to make sure I
Um,
reached. He doesn't know what that means, so she's like, just
oh
give
no,
me
we
all
already
the
got your
information.
names. We already
Oh, okay.
got your names. Due to I mean, we definitely have your name since you work here, so we know exactly where you live. But we will definitely be in touch.
Okay.
And
I'm definitely gonna
and they start going around the building, checking the place just in case they find someone else. But you're good to go.
I'm gonna grab Lorraine and Maeve and I'm gonna drag them outside so they can tell me what they experienced, and I'm gonna verify like that I'm not crazy. And I'm gonna ask Maeve, did she see that woman get stabbed, and did she see a, the universe explode or whatever and a giant arm reach through?
Yeah. And Dan, by the way, refuses to get medical treatment for the tongue.
Yeah, we gotta fix your tongue, buddy.
So he says, "No, I want to. I just want to leave right now. I'm not spending any more time on this stuff."
Okay, okay.
We're
Let's
both
back to
nurses.
my
We could
apartment.
just fix it up.
Yes, back to my apartment. We're gonna fix up your tongue before it falls off.
I'm telling you, I'm fine. We need to keep investigating this. What happens here?
Please stop talking. You freak me out. If it is okay with the group, I'll take them back to my apartment where I'm sure I have some little cachet of medical stuff to address Dan's tongue, but also so I can hear from them like what the heck is going on.
All right, so everybody Roll your power.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Lorraine, can you just do
86.
that, okay? Before I look into it.
Stella.
Where's my power? It's alphabetical.
Hold on. Okay, so Stella. I don't know.
God damn it! Wait. Look, you can spend a point and push yours down.
No,
And
not
that was
on not on main
that
Oh, not
stats.
in a
stands.
power. That's
Not on
right.
main stats. No, no.
And also that stands, not mine. So
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. So
oh,
all
you're
three of you
great.
that failed the roll, you kind of get quiet for a minute and you just standing still, and you get this vision. And in this vision, you see that you are somewhere where it looks like a cemetery where you're at, and there's a big light that just comes out of the ground somehow, and the um, all the dead people that are buried, just all the ground just splits up, and all the skeletons and dead bodies just come out and start walking around. Then you also have another vision in which it looks like a farm outside of town, which most likely could have been the farm from the lady that she told you about. Um, that somebody just got killed on a terrible accident. You see how this person, there's a hatchet, and he's chopping wood, and all of a sudden you see this person just looking at the piece of wood and just putting his hand in there and just chop his hand off, and then chop his elbow off, and then just put any other parts of the body and just chopping all of it off until he just dies out of bleeding. In the vision, you also see the lady that just got killed finding the husband and walking in and just crying. And out of that, you guys got to roll sanity. And of course, now they pass the roll.
I am rolling so terribly today.
Go ahead and give me a 1d2 if you failed.
1d2.
Yeah. Okay. So that's what you see so far. And then right after that, you just come right back. And you're still standing there. And while you stand there, let me see. One of you had passed the roll. So Stella goes ahead and says, "Hey, you guys okay? Something going on here? Did you guys need a minute? Or hello?
Rose is just gonna start to cry. I think Rose is just gonna start to cry.
Hello, what's going on? Where'd you guys go? I mean, you're just standing here. You were talking, and all of a sudden,
Lorraine
Did
just
anybody else see that?
Lorraine just says, "No, I didn't see anything. No."
Dan says, "I saw too. Yeah, it was, wow, that was scary."
Okay. Okay. Okay.
At that time,
Don't know what
you see this gentleman walk in. Um, hold on, what's his name, real quick? Let me see. I gotta see what character was he using. I think he was Veggie, maybe. One moment. No.
Lorraine, do you just look perfectly normal, or are you like sweating or something?
Lorraine would definitely be like distraught, like absolutely like I would say on the verge of tears as
Like
well.
super pale. Okay. Okay.
Like
Okay.
panic and just going, "No, I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything."
You see this army guy walking into the hospital. He's a soldier. So they're distraught. He's a Russian guy. and and he's like, "Oh my God! Thank God the police are here. I've been looking for you all over the place. There's just been a terrible accident. Um, we were just walking around in this. I don't know how to explain it, but we were inside of a store and two people just killed each other inside of the store. They just stabbed each other in a very very disturbing situation. They were just talking. There were two ladies just talking, saying they looked like they were saying hello. I was there, just about to shop, and one of them just pulled out a piece of iron that was on the ground, and which was it was holding some sort of table or something. I don't know what it was exactly, but she just started stabbing the other lady, and it was horrendous because she got stabbed in the eye. Never seen anything like that before. And the police says, "Oh my goodness. Okay, uh, Johnny, come on, let's go check that out. The rest of you stay here, check the hospital, finish everything, find any other witness that maybe talk to them, and then come meet us at the store." Oh, okay. And the police leaves.
The soldier leaves with them.
The soldier, it's just a little distraught. He's just not doing very well, so he's sitting there for a minute. That soldier is the new guy that's coming to play in 15 minutes.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna hold questions.
Yeah. So, well, you can ask me because he doesn't know the questions. He's just gonna start now. So,
Oh, that's very true. I getting hit with a lot of weird stuff. My whole world's getting turned upside down. I still see somebody in distress though, so I'm gonna give Lorraine. I'm gonna squeeze her hand. I see that you are not doing good, and I'm going to go to the soldier and just see if he's okay. But I also want to know, did he see anything else aside from what he just described to the police?
it says, I don't know what's happening. Normally, people don't start stabbing each other like regularly. Something happened there. They were just talking for a good 5 minutes. They weren't even. They didn't even have signs of being mad at each other. If anything, they were happy to see each other. They were just talking. They were women. You know, women. They just start talking, and and they just keep talking and talking, and as long as they're talking, they're fine. He says. But then they stop talking.
Okay.
I don't know how that happened. But maybe you are a woman. Can you tell me how that happens?
That normally does not happen. Usually, if I find another woman and I just start talking a lot with her, it's because we like each other.
Exactly. That's what I always thought. You guys start gossiping and keep going and talking and about the neighbor and about the family and about somebody's husband and whatnot, and then all of a sudden you guys part ways, and maybe the next day you gossip some more, or you go gossip to someone else. But right now, this is just weird.
He's not hurt at all, is he?
No,
Okay. Just to make sure.
I'll tell you what. These
Um,
husbands, they need to start putting their foot down. He says. Keep in mind,
do
it's the
you have a wife?
1920s, by the way.
Yeah, no, I know. Do you have a wife?
No, I used to have a girlfriend, but we broke up.
Well,
Yeah, I can see
well,
why.
young man, I'll let you know it's a very hard skill to develop, and I'm sure their husbands tried.
Uh, yeah. Well, you know what? she decided to marry someone else.
I will not comment on that. Um, okay. I feel like as a group you're not doing very well.
Nope, I'm not. I'm not gonna deny. I mean, I've seen my share of things, while in the army, but I'd never seen anything so graphic like this, where somebody will just start stabbing someone else, and even after they're dead, they just continue going and going and going and going. I think she might have stabbed her at least a good 40 times or so.
Mhm.
I wasn't going to go in there and stop her. It looked once she was dead. He says, "What was the point?" It looked very, very different. Her face completely changed.
Wait, changed how?
She had this dead look on her face, like completely cold, no emotion. Like something like we will have during a war when we have to fight. She went from so happy talking to that in just a matter of a second.
Um, uh, is there any way I can treat Dan's tongue?
Well, now we're in the hospital, and apparently he's not very keen on allowing anybody to treat his tongue.
Okay. Dan, there's a very large vessel that runs in your tongue, and if it's severed, you could choke on your own blood and die. You really should have that tongue looked
Let's see how bad the tongue is. See if it's
at. Like
bleeding or
persuade.
not at the moment. Nope, the tongue is not bleeding at the moment. He tells you, it's no blood, it's just swollen, and I'm just having a hard time talking.
It's not
It'll heal up, it'll be fine. You don't have to worry about it.
just 2 stitches. Just let me put 2 stitches in it.
Maybe we can do that after we figure out what's going on.
That's not how healing works.
I'll be fine.
Oh my goodness.
As a, yeah, to give a second opinion as another nurse, you should get that checked out.
I promise I will after we figure out what happened.
Okay.
I think what we should do is probably go figure out what happened with our lady. Or maybe,
How do we do that?
we can figure out what did we just see.
Oh, wait. What did you see?
Well, you said you asked if everybody saw attention.
So you saw too. You saw the cemetery and you saw a farm.
I did, yes.
I look Lorraine deep in her eyes. Lorraine, did you see anything?
And the new guy would say, "Oh my goodness, I saw that too."
What?
When I was coming this
Right.
way, I had a strange vision. I don't know what it was.
Right? Just, she just starts sobbing, just starts crying, just like, yeah, I did, I saw it.
Okay. I'm giving her a hug. We are going back to the speakeasy because we all need a drink.
I don't think I should drink with my tongue like this. It's probably gonna hurt.
Don't drink anything. You drink nothing.
Maybe we should go eat something.
Oh dear God, Dan.
I'm hungry.
Then you gotta let me put some stitches in your tongue, buddy.
No, I can eat on the other side of my mouth. It's okay.
I don't know how to handle that.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm like, look, we can sit down at the diner across the street and we can talk about it. How about that?
I look to Lorraine. Just Lorraine, are you on board with this plan?
I guess.
Okay. Okay. We'll follow Dan.
All right. So Dan
I grab the soldier.
walks out, and this guy walks out too, and you guys go to the diner across the street. So you finally arrive, and you sit down. The waitress comes to talk to you. Now, this diner, when you walk in, it's surprisingly full. I mean, it's not that big of a place. I would say it's kind of a medium-sized restaurant. It's got quite a few tables, at least 15 tables or so. There's probably 3 tables empty when you arrive. So you guys pick a table, and when you look around, you can't really single out anybody in particular, because everybody just looks completely different. They're all just having kind of a lunch, a brunch, I guess. And the waitress just comes and says, "Oh, hello, how are you? Do you guys come from the hospital?"
Yeah, how did you, know?
"Oh, well, I assume that. I mean, you guys have blood all over your hands and your clothes, so
right.
Where's
you
your
know."
powder room?
It's over there at the end of the hallway. You can go. Please go. Are you hurt, by the
Right.
way? Do you need medical assistance? Should you be at the hospital?
We're nurses, so we're just on
Oh,
our
okay.
way.
Okay. That's very strange, though, because nurses normally clean themselves out before they leave. But, I don't know anything about
It's
being
just
a
one of
nurse,
those
so
days, you know?
yeah,
It's.
I was just going to
Did you hear
say,
about the explosion?
I don't know anything about being a nurse, so I wouldn't dare to assume if you guys just are hurt or not. The explosion, yes, I did hear the explosion. That was weird. That was very,
We were
very
treating
strange.
patients from there. That's why we've just
You
been
were treating
treating
patients.
nonstop.
Oh, wow.
And we
Yeah, I
just
heard
the
that. There
doctor
was a
ordered us
lot
to
of
go
dead
eat.
people.
So many dead people.
Wow. Wow, that's incredible. That is amazing. You guys are so good. Oh my goodness. Thank you for that sacrifice you guys make. I can't imagine. I wouldn't be able to do that, but good for you. Good for you, really. You know what? Anything you want on the house.
Well, thank you.
You're
I'd like to
welcome.
thank you.
Yeah, no problem. So, would you like to place your order now, or would you like to go to the bathroom first?
Bathroom first.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
All right. Well, I'll give you a couple of minutes, and I'll come back. So, meanwhile, Dan is just sitting down over there looking at her at the waitress talk, and you guys just, I guess, get up and go to the bathroom.
This has not been a good day.
It really hasn't, has it?
Are we alone in the bathroom?
Yes.
I lock the door. Okay, Miss Thing. Speak to me.
Well, what do you want to know?
You're a very odd cookie.
Well, I just can't believe all this, you know. I didn't come here expecting to be. I'm here. I'm sorry. I don't even. This isn't my jurisdiction. I live in Massachusetts. But I mean, sorry, Kingston. I don't live. Arkansas, Massachusetts. My bad. I live in Kingston. I'm not from around here. I came here to get away from it all, not deal with an explosion and cabins and. What is. My poor fiance. He's probably worried sick right now.
You're only here on a vacation. Oh my goodness. Do I believe her?
It's up to you. It's up to you if you don't know. You can always roll psychology. See if that tells you anything.
I would like to roll psychology. Too many odd things have been happening.
Yeah,
I mean,
go for it.
Too many odd people all of a sudden. I live a quiet life.
Hey, sorry.
Hey, welcome.
Hello there.
All right, Nook.
Hey.
Is Lorraine lying to me?
Lorraine's not lying to you.
No, Lorraine is not lying to you. She
Lorraine's
is
not lying.
telling you the truth.
She's just very out of it right now.
Yeah.
And so am I, to be honest.
I'll
So
give you another hug then.
give me just a second. So
Yeah.
Are we just giving out hugs right now? Okay.
So many
Can I
hugs.
get two for $4.99?
Absolutely.
we are starting. Well, you are starting a new campaign where, and this is a campaign that was ongoing last time. You just joined the group. Since I knew you were coming, pretty much I got your character to join the group. The way that you joined the group was you were at a store, and two ladies all of a sudden were talking, and one of the ladies just randomly grabbed some sort of piece of steel and just started stabbing the other lady. So you run to the hospital where you heard the police were at the moment to report it, and you were not doing very well emotionally at that moment. So you sat down and then you started talking with this ladies and the gentleman that will be at the table. So then after that, the consensus was that before you guys go try to investigate the vision that you have, because you also had a vision on your way to the hospital.
I mean, naturally. Like, who goes to the hospital and not has a vision?
So, well, not only that, but you also had the same vision. So at that point, you guys decided to go to the diner across the street from the hospital and kind of discuss what's going on and maybe get a plan as to what you guys are going to do. Dan's character suffered an accident where he bit his tongue. He just bit it too bad, and now he's got his tongue kind of like not only swelled up but also hanging. It's not completely attached. At the same time, the vision that you had was from a cemetery where some of the dead that were buried were like coming out of the ground. And then you also had a vision of a farm where a guy, like somebody that works at a farm, just was chopping wood, and then all of a sudden started chopping his hand, his arm, and then every other extremity. Um, right after you guys arrived to the diner, the two ladies went to the powder room because they were still covered in blood from the accident that took place at the hospital, that they just got accused of murder, but they managed to get away with it because they really didn't do it. But you don't know about that yet, so you're probably gonna find out about that. Meanwhile, they went to the bathroom to wash up, and when they come back, I guess they're gonna put you up to speed as to what happened. I just need a quick minute. I gotta go tuck my kid in, and I'll be right back.
All right.
Right?
Give him some good nightmares. Let him sleep this night away.
Every
That was a
good
joke.
papa. Every good papa gives their children nightmares.
Eh,
So just
It's not a
so
childhood
you
if you don't have some trauma from it.
exactly.
I don't know.
Just
When you get to my level, like there's few things anymore that you even consider trauma. Like if you're not even waking up at the middle of the night thinking about that incident, is it trauma?
That's fair.
um, did Mega tell you what's happened so far?
Outside
Like
that
this?
first explanation, or
Yeah.
um, no, just that you guys were still investigating that there was supposed to be like a larger party than just the three of us.
Well, there's one other person. There were technically two other people, but one decided to leave in the middle of it for some reason. But yeah, there's one other person, um, Dan. But he lives in like England, so our 7 o'clock start time is like 2 a.m. for him.
So that never was gonna work. He should have thought that one out a bit before
Well,
joining.
I mean, he's been the longest player.
Hmm.
Like I think he's been doing this for like almost 2 years now. So
Maybe he's played a
he
lot
knows
of
it.
your anyway. But we're getting off topic. Like, okay, so give me the deets.
Oh, so that it opened. We were all at a speakeasy. Apparently in the middle of the day because we're, I guess, all silently
Big.
alcoholics.
Yeah,
But there
big
was a
thank you.
huge explosion. We came out in the building across the street. There's like some type of mass casualty situation. Myself and Lorraine slash Nook are both nurses, so we ran over there to see what was going on. The cops said that there was a gas explosion, but all of the injuries that we saw were very like clean surgical cuts, nothing that indicated a gas explosion. There were no burns or anything of that nature. My character Rose stayed outside with the patient, who was kind of hysterical and babbling a little bit, and Lorraine and the rest of the party went inside to look around the building. Um, so that vision that you had with the farmer, I was speaking with the farmer's wife. She was there at that building to like settle his mortuary affairs or something, and we ended up going back. She went to my hospital. We ended up going to see her to see if we could get some more information, just make sure it's okay. And I got hit with some weird hallucination, and I saw some person just stabbing the bejesus out of her. When I tried to report it, the other nurse who was there
All right, I'm
immediately
back.
accused me of stabbing this woman and then just staying behind. Unfortunately, though, another member of the party had a huge knife on them, so it was a little risky for a hot second when she called the cops, but we hid that knife in her purse, so she ended up getting arrested. The man was never found that I saw, and we're just trying to not have a mental breakdown right now because myself and Milk both failed our sanity rolls.
Yeah,
So this is the state
we have
we're
not
Okay.
been
doing this
rolling
in.
well.
Yeah, we've been rolling like crap. So you're essentially finding two slightly hysterical women and a dude that almost bit his entire tongue off and is refusing to get to court.
Yeah, Dan.
Another
Dan
woman
actually
thing, like,
did a roll to see if he wanted medical attention, and he ended up failing that roll. So therefore, he just doesn't want medical attention.
Another
Um.
staircase incident.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah. Something like that.
Say
No.
what
Oh
this.
god.
Say what that.
If Dan dies from this, then this would surpass the staircase incident.
Well, Dan's been surviving for at least 4 different campaigns with that character, so that character's due to die. I mean, not
No,
because
that's
I'm
why
gonna
I'm so
kill him.
No,
worried about
but
him.
like if he chokes on his own blood, that would be hilarious and also
That's why I
like
keep pushing to get it seen. I'm just so nervous that something's gonna happen. He's gonna fail another roll and then die because of his stupid tongue.
Right, not because I'm gonna kill him, but Dan is definitely due. His character is like overdue. But okay, so you guys were in the bathroom, um, and ultimately, you guys wash up, and you guys come out. When you guys come out, you see that the soldier stuck in a Dan, and Dan just looks at him, just stares at him, and just nods. At that point, the waitress comes back. It's like, oh, well, look at you, great nurses. Now you look all clean. Are you guys ready to eat?
I suppose so. What about you, Rose?
Sure.
Sure. You're a diner. Aren't you hungry? We have some excellent food.
You know what? Whatever you think.
Although, I'll tell you, if I have to be honest,
Yes.
you look like you need something stronger. We do have some special juice that normally we don't provide, but it looks like you could use some. It's some special juice that a cousin of mine makes out of corn. Would you be interested in having some?
You know what? We will both take a cup of tea with whatever that is that you mentioned.
Well, it wouldn't will go well with tea, but I can bring you a
Oh,
cup.
okay.
I can bring you a
Sure.
cup with it if you want. All right. So, damn, finally, you guys come back, and then says, "Well, so what are we gonna do?"
I'm being so hungry right now.
What's the plan here?
Well, I don't know.
Everybody roll power.
No.
Boy,
Is it because we didn't choose
no.
a food? Is it because we didn't choose a food?
Oh my god. Oh.
No, I rolled sanity.
my
Sorry.
God.
Power. I had to roll power. I had the wrong rolls.
Dude.
Oh, Rory is good luck. Rory is good luck.
Yeah.
All right. So Stella gets up from the table at this point. While you guys are casually talking. Everybody continues talking too, but Stella gets up. And as Stella gets up, you notice that a lot of the people on the restaurant just turns their head around and looks at Stella at the same time, which it doesn't necessarily look very odd, as somebody's getting up. When somebody's getting up in a small room, sometimes people might turn their head around to look. Excuse me. So Stella takes a couple of steps and walks to the table right next to her. Dan turns around, looks at her. And at that point in time, it kind of is revealed that she's holding a knife. A butter knife.
Oh,
Bella, love, what are you doing?
And let me see, just a second. Let's see what we got here. No, not in there.
At least let her die to an eldritch horror.
So
Stella, no!
she tries to stab one of the ladies on the neck and unfortunately fails, but she does stab her in the chest. And
Seeing this, Roy, can you try to get up and wrestle a knife out of her hands?
and as you get up, as you're getting up, she continues just stabbing her on the chest, stabbing her. Like, by the time that you get to Stella, she probably stabbed her about 5-10 times, something like that. You pull Stella out.
Render aid.
If you're gonna pull Stella out, go ahead and roll your. Hold on. Roll your strength.
What does Stella look like? Like, is she a big woman, or are we talking like similar?
She has a
Trail?
65 size, so she'll be a little bit bigger than medium, I would say. Maybe
So she's not like a body.
no.
Like,
She'll
I don't
be.
have to knock her out. I could just grab the knife out of her.
She'll be. If you're gonna grab the knife, that's very specific, other than just pulling her out.
I'm gonna grab the knife out of her hand. You want me to roll strength again?
No, strength will be to grab her and try to move her. So I'm sorry, that's what I thought you were doing.
No, like my first move is just to grab her, like grapple her so she can't do anything else.
So that's the strength.
And then my hand will just go to the knife and try to break, like not break her hand, but get her to let go of the knife.
Okay, if you're doing all that on the same move, then you're gonna have to do both rolls on hard.
All right. Well, the first roll was on hard, so we're gonna do that.
Okay. Great. So the second roll, I guess you can just roll brawl for the second roll.
For brawl?
Yep.
Okay. Here we go.
All right.
How do I have a 51 on this? Is there any kind of like inspiration or anything I can use for this?
You can buy your roll with luck if you want, but however, I do want you to think really well if you want to do that, because technically you're not being stabbed yourself. And once you find yourself in some sort of encounter, you're going to want to have the luck to buy yourself out of maybe getting attacked and stuff like that. But if you want, you can definitely buy that roll. It's up to you what you spend your luck on.
Okay. Yes.
No, you don't have to keep rolling.
Hard on luck?
You don't have to keep.
No,
you don't have to roll.
Okay.
So
What you do is
subtract
you deduct the amount of points that you need from your luck. So your luck keeps going down.
Shit. So I would need 2.
Right. No, 1 you will need.
Okay.
Just one.
Well,
Just one.
just 1. Yeah.
Sorry, I keep rolling luck. I gotta just edit this.
Yeah, no, you just click on
bad,
edit on the sheet and you just take down a point of luck.
Got you. Okay. All right, I take down a point of luck and do that.
Yeah. All right, so you
roll her with the knife.
You grab the knife. As you grab the knife, you see how at the same time 3 or 4 more people just get up and just start stabbing other people there in the middle of the restaurant. Meanwhile, the waitress just stays behind the counter looking at everybody, and she's just got this pale, serious look, and it's just looking at you. And and she's got her eyes dead on you, like just
so Is Rose taking care of the injured woman?
No, if
No.
people are starting to stab each other, I would have
Okay.
started moving towards that woman, but once people just start going crazy on each other, I'm going to just
Before you
I'm gonna
go
grab.
and then
Oh yeah.
and do anything else, I'm gonna because I'm a soldier, so as soon as I see shit going down and it's a bunch of random people stabbing each other, I'm gonna try to like take control of the situation. So I'm gonna just tell you like I'm gonna grab the I'm gonna throw off the woman that I've grappled, right? Just to the floor to the left of me, and grab this woman who's stabbed, grab her underneath her, pull her, lift her up, give her to you, and tell you to take her outside, and then immediately start looking to everybody in that restaurant and start punching people until I can knock them all
So I'm gonna drop that woman. I'm gonna grab you and start pulling you out.
out.
A lot, and I'm just gonna let you know that the devil is in here. A lot of stuff has been happening. We need to get out.
I'm gonna okay. I'm easily gonna like we could do this the physical way, or we can also do this persuasion way. So I'm going to tell you this, and then if you still want to go through with this, I would suggest if there's like some kind of persuasion roll, to see if you can convince me. Because what I'm going to say to you is this: it's like it doesn't matter if the devil is here. These people are attacking each other. We need to stop this. This is madness. Everyone stop.
So I'm gonna persuade you with you cannot stop
Okay,
madness with Mr. Words. We need to get
okay,
out of
DM,
here. There's something bigger happening.
DM. My guy is not that smart, so what would be like a really low DC persuasion roll?
Well, so I just rolled my persuasion.
Okay, yeah, that works. Okay, so looking at your unfailable logic, I will be, I'll curse in Russian under my breath. This guy would like a good so beating. And
Lay
then I
down and go
will,
to
be
sleep.
like, all right, lead the way. And I will follow you.
Lorraine, run. Lorraine, run.
Lorraine fucking bolts, man.
What about the
Follow me.
other
All right.
person? What about Dan?
Oh,
So
we're
Dear
just
God,
leaving someone behind.
as you start leaving
Dan, are you ready?
the store or the diner, Dan is also walking behind you. He turns around and looks, and you can see how about 3/4 of the people in the diner are just laying dead on their chairs. And now the people that were killing the other people are just killing each other. Well,
Is
killing
there anyone
themselves, pretty
else trying
much.
to flee?
So what?
No, is there anybody else trying to run away? Is it just us?
No, the people that were trying to run away were probably victims, so they already got killed. Now the people that
Okay.
did the killing are killing themselves, executing themselves.
Can I stop one of the people who's about to kill themselves? Like, we see that they're all already trying to die. Can I stop one of them and then bring them with me outside just so we can get some information, like what's going on in their heads?
You want to bring some one of them outside?
Yeah, the closest one to the door, as me and what's her name, Rose, are running outside after
Mm-hmm.
what's his name, Stella.
Dan.
Not Stella,
Dan or Lorraine?
Dan, Lorraine.
All
So
right,
after
so
as me and Rose are running after Lorraine, the first person, if it's a man or woman who is like closest to the door, where I think about that off themselves, I want to like grapple them and stop them, and then kind of drag them outside to figure out why they're just doing this.
um,
Is that possible or no?
no, it wouldn't be possible because they are inside and they just kill themselves. Um,
Okay. All right. So
so
we run
everybody
outside.
inside of the diner, by the time that you go outside, you turn around to look, is just dying, whether because they got killed or they got themselves killed.
So these are like very rapid, confident movements that these people made. It was like no hesitation, stabby stab.
At this point in time, you see that. I mean, ultimately, you're across the street from the hospital, and the police were there, so that's an option if you want to go. And maybe the police are still there. Otherwise, um, you may need to go somewhere else.
If Lorraine is still running, Lorraine, I'm just gonna keep following you. If you're still running, I'm just gonna keep running with you.
I'm going to try to pull your hand to stop you and ask you, like, are we just going to leave these people here? Are we not going to try to save someone if they're still bleeding out or go to the hospital? But in Russian, I'll say that. Are we going to just leave these people here and not call the hospital or save someone?
The
Listen,
hospital's
I don't-
compromised. You
yeah,
have a lot to get
hospital
caught
ain't
up on.
safe, hon.
Yeah,
Going
Lorraine,
off
are
of
you
your
still running?
previous persuasion roll, I'll just keep following you.
Do a spot hidden roll.
All of us?
All of us? Or...
Yeah.
Lorraine, if you keep running, I'll keep running.
Well,
I
Stella
don't know where
finally
Lorraine's going,
died,
but alright.
so Stella's gone.
Rip.
Spot hidden.
Draglunov, you are helping us with our rolls. Sorry for your roll.
So,
You can just call me the roll.
as you guys start, got out of the diner, when you were looking inside, you notice that again this hole in reality started emerging, and there was this, as it was getting bigger and bigger, this strange arm started pulling out. And I will need Ozark to do a sanity roll because the rest of you already seen that happening.
Okay.
There's some sort of strange, not human arm pulling out of there. You owe me a 1d.
I failed at sanity.
Yeah.
Will it be hard or is it just regular?
No, just regular. And you will roll
Okay. And by the way, on the roll options, are all the rolls, do we just set them on like, normally do we just set them at verbose or do we just put them at regular?
No, normally you. I don't know why this one is on verbose, but normally you would just put them on regular, unless I tell you that you're rolling hard or extreme, depending on what the situation is.
What does verbose mean?
It's supposed to be more difficult than extreme, but we really never use it because, truth be told, if you have to roll an extreme already, chances are you're just gonna fail anyway. So why even roll? But so you're gonna go ahead and roll a 1d2. So type / roll 1d2.
Yeah, I know how to. Yeah, no
Okay.
worries.
Okay.
2.
All right, and you want to deduct that from your overall sanity.
Got it.
So at this point, what do you guys do?
I'm gonna.
Sorry.
Catch
Can I come butt in one more time? I'm deducting that from my overall sanity, not my sanity available.
Correct.
55 of 55, so I'm going to take it to 53 to 53, right?
No, if you will have 53 or 55.
Okay, so it is my available off of my total.
Yes.
Got it. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
You're good. Lorraine, I'll catch up to you and I'll start redirecting you towards Harlem. We need a safe place. So I'm gonna start angling you towards my apartment. And if the guys follow, the guys follow.
Alright.
All right.
I'm assuming I have an apartment. I actually don't know where I live.
You guys hit on.
Roy's going to definitely follow you. Just so he can get some answers since you seem to know what's going on.
You guys start heading on to the apartment. As you head on to the apartment, you see how, in plain daylight, people are just killing each other as you're walking.
Oh my goodness.
You
Oh,
just
it's
see people
exciting.
just killing themselves left and right across the street, right next to you. Some people even jump towards you to attack you, and you may have to roll dodge for that. So you can go ahead and roll it. Um,
Lawless.
yeah,
I
and
have
that
no
way we can say that you
weapons.
roll it at least once. Um, by the everybody rolled it at least once by the time that you got to the apartment.
I don't know. Oh, okay.
And by the way, if you
All right,
fail the
keep going. You're
roll,
a lucky charm, but it doesn't work on you.
if you fail the roll, now is when you will probably have to use your luck to buy your um your roll. Because on this one you will take damage actually.
Uh,
So
so
so you
if someone
need
is attacking me, can I fight them first, or is it just automatic damage?
no, it will be automatic damage if somebody's attacking you.
Okay.
That's why
All right.
you
So
roll
that's
to
going to
dodge.
be
You roll to
17 luck.
dodge. Right. Yes. All right.
All right. I'll do
So you finally get to the apartment. When you get to the apartment, you lock the
and
door.
barricade that door. Yep. Barricade, couch in front of it.
Lock the door. Go inside. And as you're going inside, Dan says, "Well, what's the plan now? What are we gonna do?
Okay.
We're gonna get killed here."
Let's think this through. Locking my windows too, so nobody can get into the conversation. Well, okay, so I think it's safe to say we need to get out of the goddamn city.
Absolutely.
If I looked out the window, I'm just seeing people die?
Well, if you look at the window by now, you see a lot of people dead on the street. But yes, everybody that is outside, you can definitely clearly see them killing each other.
It went from 0 to 100 real fucking quick.
It really did. It really did.
Mhm.
Okay.
Hold on. You two. You three, actually. What is going on? Why are people killing themselves? What the hell was that demonic thing?
Okay, right. You were Otis' inspiration. So we will explain to you about the explosion, the oddity of it, how odd the police were, and then the murder at the hospital. And then you immediately walked up talking about two other people killing each other by stabbing.
Yeah. That is all strange. What is that thing? Is that even something we can fight or run away
Lord Keeper, did that arm touch me in the hospital, or I just came through and I saw it?
What arm?
When the woman was being stabbed in the hospital, and I had that vision, I saw the arm. I just saw it though, right? It didn't touch me.
No, you just saw it. The arm never touched.
Okay. Okay. All right. We all had a vision of the cemetery and the farm, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know how to get to a farm.
Well, the farm you were told that is on the outside of the city.
this
So,
farm?
Yeah,
You
and then the other
describe
place
what
is
you
just a
saw?
cemetery. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Well, because
I'll
this is me, the
describe.
players talking. Because DM, if
Yeah.
you remember when we last met, I was in a session and we were on a farm. We were on a home. So I don't know if that is in that location. I was
No,
at
it's a different
already,
location.
Okay, so I have no idea.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
That campaign definitely can happen if you just happen to survive this one. Definitely, that could be a great continuation to this. However, if you just don't happen to survive this one, then that would have been just something that happened on a different universe, I guess.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, or maybe in your past. Um, okay, so Dan says, well, the fun was definitely a vision. It seems that something already happened.
Right. Okay, you're right. So that's a vision of something that already happened. But the last time I checked, a bunch of dead people did not raise out of the cemetery.
Probably not. I mean, I haven't looked at a cemetery in a while.
That cemetery that we saw, is that a cemetery that's in the city or outside of the city?
So the only cemetery around here is in the city.
I don't want to be around if that happens.
I mean, and also, if we're gonna go right now, it is almost 8 o'clock at night. Just saying, make it spooky.
It is spooky.
What are our options here? We either go to some farm isolated from anyone in the city, probably, or we go to the cemetery now and see if we can put this down before it spreads to every corner.
Well, hmm.
I don't know. The
You want to wait
cemetery.
till morning?
I'm scared to do that. Um, would it be coming from the cemetery though? Because that woman and her husband, they lived outside of the city, and he died several days ago before
What?
all this happened.
Let's see if Dan
You think
is.
he is? Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say if you all want, you can roll intelligence.
Ooh,
Maybe you
okay.
can get some
I
from
will do
that.
that.
All right, if you pass the intelligence roll, you get to the realization that even if you stay put over there, what's to say that you're just not gonna end up getting, I don't know, possessed somehow and just killing each other in there.
In where? In the
The apartment.
In the
farm
apartment.
or
No,
in the apartments? Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, do you have any neighbors or anything? Like, because they could easily break in here.
Yes, my entire building is filled with neighbors.
Ah, maybe staying here isn't such a good idea.
What could go wrong?
Lord,
What was that?
Come on, what can go wrong?
you know what? I'm really nervous about you right now. Okay. Oh, wait, we're at my apartment. I'm fixing his tongue.
I tell you, I don't want to. I already told him many times. It gives me character.
We are fixing his tongue. I cannot stand hearing him talk anymore. Can I help her fix his tongue?
Hold on your arm.
Well, you can try to persuade him if you want, but ultimately, you know.
I'm gonna hold him down. What do you mean persuade?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm a
you-
soldier. I'm not
Hold him
gonna
down.
persuade people.
Yeah, but
Hold him
he's
down
gonna
like a
have his
potato
mouth
button.
closed and whatnot, and then he's probably gonna try to fight you, and it's just, I mean,
We are
If-
fixing the goddamn tongue, nigga.
okay, it's up to
If
you.
he closes his mouth, I'm gonna pinch his
Like,
nose closed
if-
until he
if-
opens up
if
his
I-
mouth.
If I roll like on hard and I beat him in like a grapple, like would that be able to restrain him? Not only like I'm talking like a full Nelson where I'm grabbing him by his neck underneath his arm while lying on my back, so I'm holding him unable to move, and all she needs to do is open. Someone just needs to open his mouth and ring and fix his tongue.
I think I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's totally fine. But then again, if you do fail, he may retaliate too. Um,
That's fine.
what I'm gonna suggest is maybe you just want to try to persuade him first, and
I'll try another persuasion.
if that
I'll
fails,
try as well.
maybe at that point you can turn to the physical aspect of it.
Yeah, or have a heart-to-heart, man-to-man talk with him. God damn it.
Hold on.
Okay, cool.
Let me do that. I did that at hard. Let me do that at regular. Yeah, it didn't help.
Okay, I'll try.
It's not what you're. Wait. Okay.
Oh, you are goddamn kidding me.
Oh,
No!
so Lorraine,
Hold him down. Hold him down.
Okay.
Lorraine actually.
It looks like we've chosen violence.
Hold on,
Wait
hold
a
on.
second. Wait a second, Roy.
Hold
Something
on.
special has happened.
So
Are you
Lorraine
gonna use blood on
actually,
this?
Lorraine actually, it was about to tell, um, tell Dan about the situation. She was like thinking really hard about it, and at that moment, she had a memory of when she was a child. So Lorraine, go ahead and roll me a 1d5. Let's see what the severity of your memory is.
Oh no. This
Yeah,
is my
Ozark.
second 100, or this is the second 100 of the day.
Ozark, if you roll a 98 to 100, it's considered a fumble and something horrendous.
Okay. Got you.
So
I was
3.
wondering why is there some extra
No,
punishment?
it's a nat
3.
fail.
All right.
It's a nat.
Yeah, got you.
So, Lorraine, this brings you up back to a memory that you have when your dad used to have his mouth hurt and he just couldn't talk very well. And this brings up a memory because during those times, that was when your mom actually passed away not too long ago. Before that, I mean after that, sorry. And that was the night that your dad actually got drunk, showed up at the house, and raped her and your brother.
Oh god.
After eventually he got killed.
Oh.
And therefore it'll cost you a 1d5 sanity.
This is a lot of backstory that I didn't intend, but okay.
There you go. There's your backstory.
1d5 sanity roll, please. 1. Oh man, that's cheap.
That's good.
All right. So,
He wasn't that committed with his dad. Right?
well,
It wasn't that big of a deal.
how many points did you lose so far since you started this campaign?
Sanity? This is the first time I'm losing sanity.
Okay. This is the first time. All right, cool. Well, no, hold on. You saw some weird stuff last session. You had to have lost some sanity.
I lost sanity.
I thought I passed those.
Okay.
Yeah, I've lost sanity twice.
All right. Don't worry about it.
How much sanity do you have, Bruce?
I have 74 now.
No, that's you, Lorraine. I'm asking Bruce.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I have 57 now. I started off with 60.
Oh, you guys are both more sane than me.
Yeah. Once you
Maybe
lose,
that's just a consequence of being born in Russia.
once you lose 5 points, then you're gonna get a phobia. So, at this point, your character, Lorraine, is actually kind of stuck in the moment. You're thinking about all this stuff, so you're gonna be, your head is just gonna go through that for a couple minutes. So you're just gonna be out of commission for the moment.
People are outside killing each other, and we're trying to do oral surgery. Lorraine's freaking out. It is just not a good day.
So Dan, on the other hand, is going to say, look, you guys can do whatever you want with your bodies, and that's okay. But I think that this is time that we should be using on trying to figure out what's going on. It is my tongue. I like to have it the way I do. And just leave me alone, or I'm going to shoot both of you. And he pulls his gun out.
Roy pulls out his rifle out.
A row stands between the two of them. Okay. Okay.
I'm like, we're just gonna kill each other and we're not gonna get anywhere here.
I
No
would
worries. I'm
recommend,
going to shoot you right in the mouth. Your tongue will fly out.
or we can save these bullets for anybody who tries to beat down my door. How about that? How about we save these bullets?
I agree.
Calm down.
I totally agree. And I think we should be doing something about what's going on. We need to go somewhere.
Fine. I agree as well. But as long as he talks as little as possible.
We are
Okay.
not safe here.
So here is the question then. Staying in the city is clearly not a good idea. I don't know if going to a cemetery would be a good idea either. We've all seen a cemetery and we've all seen a farm, and I feel like that means something.
The farm was the place where the
We
lady's
got it. We
husband.
got it. We don't need to have you explain it. She said only cemetery or farm is two options. Here's the only other thing I want to know. Is there anyone you know who is an expert in something like this in the
Because
city before we leave it for the plot?
we can go to the library.
Oh my God. Hold me back.
No, I know Lorraine is from out of town, and I don't know anybody that would be an expert in something like this.
Roy's out of the country, so he doesn't know anyone here.
Although I think the farm is just a vision. I think the farm is something I thought already happened.
You think the
DM,
farm
I'm
is something
starting to
that
think I
already
should
happened?
say, DM, I'm starting to think I should start taking sanity subtractions every time I hear Chris talk. Just like,
I was like, no, don't do
you
that. He'll take you up on that.
know, just like when I hit 49, I just start punching him.
Alright,
All
look.
right, so hold on.
No,
All right, so
all
Dan,
right.
you're saying forget about the farm. It's done and over with. The cemetery, though, clearly has not happened yet. Because I think we would have also have noticed that.
So Dan will say, well, the lady that we encountered first, she was the wife of the guy that got killed
Yes.
of the farm. And she's there too.
Yes.
And everybody that is
At
dead
the farm.
goes to the cemetery.
Oh. I see your logic. I am nervous about that many suspicious bodies.
Can you translate for me what he just said? Because I was gritting my teeth too loudly.
Well, so the individuals at the farm have both passed away under horrible circumstances. So logic dictates that they would be brought to the cemetery soon.
Well, how do we know that the people who passed away in the farm didn't infect people who came to find them?
Well, so the wife was getting the mortuary affairs in order when we met her. So I think it's safe to say that he's probably at a funeral home right now.
Okay, funeral home or cemetery it is. Where do we go?
And at this point, I'm going to realize that Lorraine is not talking.
And Lorraine is just standing over there with her thoughts. Lorraine, go ahead and roll power if you want to come out of your trance. There you go. She gets out of her trance after she hears her name a couple times.
Huh? What?
Lorraine? Hi.
Oh, sorry.
You okay there?
I was just thinking. Anyway,
Okay.
what, what's happening? Did I miss something?
the men almost shot each other to death.
Oh,
Um, yeah.
oh well. I don't know how I missed that, but
We are
hey,
trying to figure out if we are going to cemetery or funeral home. Do you have any insight on this?
well,
You can also roll intelligence, everybody.
Here we go again. Oh no, Lorraine wins.
ooh,
Perfect.
Good job, Dan.
You also figured out that considering that you're not necessarily sure about the farm, it could very well be just a vision, or it could be something that is going on there, and neither at the cemetery. Um, that also a valuable option could be going to the library to try to find out if anything like this ever happened anywhere else, if there's any records of that, or anything related to this, for that matter.
Did, did it seem like there was a geographical line in which people weren't killing each other?
Not that you could discern.
Okay. I'm nervous going to the museum when the masses are attacking each other right now. Not museum, I'm sorry, museum. Library, library.
well, I think the first thing we need to do is find some weapons or defenses or something. No matter what we do,
Um,
we're gonna be in danger.
Well, you can also go to the um, you know, buy some weapons to the store. You
yeah,
can
that's
Why
definitely
are
do that.
we doing this all by ourselves? Do we not have any? Is there not any kind of Gestapo or Spetsnaz, any kind of militia that works in the city?
No, no, we don't
um
really. I mean, we have police, but they're. I mean, my fiance is a cop himself, but I have to admit, sometimes they don't really do anything.
I don't the
Would they
cops
not have
can't
weapons
be.
there?
Yes, but they're not going to give those weapons to us.
Okay.
Well, now to be fair, they are most likely all dead.
Or trying to kill people as well.
That is
Or
also
killed
fair.
themselves already. So it's just three weapons right there.
I think the police should be a maybe after we find some rudimentary weapons.
When you
Okay.
say rudimentary weapons, I will go into the kitchen and I will give you my butcher's knife and I will take my fish fillet knife.
Fishy.
Hmm.
Between
So
the two of
the
you, which one would Roy look at and think is more experienced with like real weapons?
I mean,
real
Lorraine and
weapons?
Rose are both nurses, so they have experience with knives. Uh,
Yeah, no
Yeah,
shooting.
like dexterity based weapons we would be better at.
Okay. Uh, Roy's gonna pull out from behind because he's wearing a coat, so he reaches up behind his coat and pulls out a .45 revolver and puts it on the table and asks between the two of you. Perhaps one of you needs to carry this as well.
My firearm stats are pretty low.
same.
Okay. Yeah, okay, we're both very
Okay.
committed
Well,
nurses.
I guess. All right.
We are not built to fight.
Do you have any backup weapons in case this one comes off of you?
um, DM,
Yep.
what are the chances
Of what?
that I would have some chemical restraints? What do you call that? Uh, Drugs to make somebody loopy or sleepy or something of that nature in my apartment.
Like
Anesthetics.
like you just are you trying to make something or are you trying to find something that you already have that you're not necessarily gonna need to make?
No, something that I already have in my apartment that would help to calm somebody,
Like
anesthetize
like
them.
a sedative?
Yes,
Mm,
an
roll
injectable.
spot hidden.
All right, come on, me. How much do I prepare for shit at
It's in
home?
her apartment. How bad does she organize this
She
apartment? She has
she
a
m-
spot
she
in
made
her own apartment.
Way!
Oh, I'm a little klepto. I take stuff from work.
Yay!
there you go.
Really don't feel so
Phobias
good.
coming use.
There you go.
So
All right.
let's say that.
So you have sedatives.
Let's say I have a. Yeah, I have a sedative. I will give Lorraine a little what do you call it, syringe kit with the sedative, and I will have a kit for myself.
What about the one
very
with his mouth, with his tongue blown off? Does he have anything? Oh wait, he has a
He
gun. Never mind.
Yeah,
he
he
has
has
a
to have a
gun.
gun.
He has a gun.
All right, we're
So
good
if
to
we
go.
lose our, yeah, if we lose our knives, we have the ability to at least knock out our attacker and run away.
All right. So the cemetery is down here, and we're gonna go ahead and say that. Let's see. Let's get you back onto the
Uh, just because he is concerned, he's going to give both Lorraine and Rose a second knife.
Oh, I'll take a second knife.
Oh,
How do I give people a weapon?
There you go.
Oh, you can just verbalize it. And
just
put it
roll
on
it.
sheet.
Well, yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take it off my sheets then.
All right. So, oh, actually, we can say that it's here, the cemetery. This one's bigger. So,
Would a knife be like brawl?
yeah. Well,
Yeah,
depending,
okay, cool.
because you can always throw a knife too.
Well, yeah, but like if I tried to stab someone, would it be
Yeah, it would be
brawl?
brawl.
Okay, cool.
Would you like a pair of brass knuckles?
And this is the type of campaign in which you're probably gonna learn what works and what doesn't work when it comes to fighting. So,
Cool.
well, yeah, you gotta learn it somehow.
My offer still stands, Lorraine.
So, what's the plan?
I'll take the 45.
What is the plan indeed?
Do you guys want to go to the gun shop before going anywhere else? Do you guys want to skip the gun shop and go to the library? Do you guys want us to skip the library, go to the cemetery? Where do you guys want to go?
We
Uh,
seem to be the people who
Are
have
we on like
guns.
a time crunch?
No. I mean, other than the fact that everybody continues killing each other and
Yeah,
We
but
fail
that's
our
not a
power
big.
rolls.
The only time crunch is our own mortality.
Yeah, if we
Alright,
fail our
and if
power
we're
rolls,
not-
we're gonna end up.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. If we fail another power roll, we're gonna end up with the same madness, and we can't predict when that's gonna happen.
Maybe
Yeah.
it makes sense to go to the gun shop, then the library, and then based on the library, we'll know what we gotta do.
Well, I don't know about going to the gun shop because, well, maybe. Because I mean, the people who have guns, like, or the people who can use guns have guns, and like, there's no real point in me or Lorraine and Rose getting guns because they can't really use them.
Yeah, so if we don't roll
Good
properly
point.
with those guns, we could end up shooting ourselves or our friends.
And I don't want to
Yes and
that
no.
today.
Yes and no. You will have to literally roll horribly, in order to shoot somebody else. Like to shoot yourself, definitely a 98 or above. or not necessarily to shoot yourself, just to hurt yourself. Like, something could happen with a gun. Um, when it comes to shooting somebody else, like one of your friends, that will only happen to you if you get under some sort of a spell, and at that point, yes, most likely you won't necessarily fail by shooting at them. You will shoot at them purposely. Which it will work in the same way if you're just holding a knife, a grenade, or whatever else. Um, so it wouldn't really make a difference whether you have a gun or a knife at that point. Of course, that no gun in the whole world will really help you out unless you really know exactly what you're fighting.
All right, all right. Everyone has made a good point. Let's go to the library first.
Cthulhu is more of an investigative game, so
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it does have combat in it, but it's like combat is like last resort.
Yeah, like
People
I,
die
like I got
really.
yeah. I got it, guys. It's just because like I was thinking like you know it would be better to be armed before we have to like worry about something going down. But considering the fact that I already have weapons and the other guy has weapons and you two are basically armed to the best you can be, like it might make more sense now for the library.
Well, don't
So
get me
do
wrong.
the
I'm not
investigation
necessarily
portion of
saying
it.
that it's not a good idea to have weapons. I mean, obviously, the more weapons you have, probably the better you'll be for some sort of situations. However, you will never be as ready as if you know exactly what you're up against, regardless if you have the weapons or not.
yeah, like if we're going up against Dagon, a bullet's not gonna hurt him.
And it mostly seems like we're going up against humans as of now. And guns, like two people with guns could like tear through a bunch of humans.
But that arm, I don't know what that arm is.
Yeah, that's true.
All right,
All right,
how
but we
many
need to
people
find
could
out what we were
possibly?
going up against.
Yeah,
The
how many
library
people
it
could
is.
possibly be at the library, right? Shouldn't be that many dead people there. Okay.
Yeah, it's quiet.
Let's all be
No, no,
quiet
no.
for a hot second. Do we hear screams outside?
Um, Go ahead and roll. Listen. Best way to find out. You do hear some screams here and there.
Not the same amount that we heard before.
No, things are quieting down.
Okay, guess we can try to make a run for it. Damn, this sucks. I don't have a car, so we gotta walk.
Is there any
Oh.
cars out on the road of like people that have just been killed and not using their
Yeah.
car anymore?
I mean, if you can break inside of the car and jump start it, then yeah, you can use it.
Well,
Those are like somebody who was like actively like getting behind their wheel when they got attacked.
So,
like maybe someone got Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, like they got shanked and while they were getting into their car, another car's just sitting there open.
What would hot wiring a car be in the skills here?
Mechanical repair.
Yeah, I was gonna say mechanical.
Okay, I've got a 20 mechanical repair.
I got 50. Shit. Since when?
Why do you have 50?
I don't know. Oh, because I was planning on giving Lorraine her own car. But then I decided against it, but I kept the stats because I was like that because I already like I couldn't fit it into the story somehow or whatever.
Mind you that you can also use that mechanical repair if your gun jams or anything like that to try to repair it to probably not while you're fighting, but after the fight you can definitely do that.
I've also got 50
I
drive, so.
I have a 10, but I'll try. Yeah.
Are we actually running this?
Yeah, you can roll it. You know. Unfortunately, nobody is capable of jump starting the car that is outside of Rose's apartment, parked right in front of her door.
Oh, shit. I guess we're walking.
Yep. And start jogging away.
All right. So you guys start walking, and I'm sorry. Where are you walking to?
We're gonna go to the library. Can I use my knowledge of the city to bring us in like alleys and stuff that would be less traveled by other people?
Uh, yeah, sure. You can roll intelligence.
Just to try to keep us away from other people as best as possible.
Great.
Damn it!
No! No!
I lead us to a crackdown.
No, you will just ultimately not. Oh yeah, no, definitely, yeah, yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
Shit.
okay, so you guys start walking, and we're gonna play this out, of course. So as you guys start walking, I don't know, let's say that what you walked about 10 blocks just for the sake of it. Let's say you cross the bridge too, and you just walk like down here. And as you walk down here, suddenly you hear screams and shouting, and somebody says, "No, no!" And you hear a shotgun go, boom, and then boom and boom, and about I don't know 3 people probably died right there. And the person turns around, cocks the shotgun again, and starts walking out of a hallway. And you guys are just passing by. So the person pulls up the gun to you guys.
Oh boy.
And give me just a second. Let me grab some sort of friendly gentleman that I may have over here, say, for a situation like this.
How far away would this individual be?
Uh, Go ahead and roll a 1d20.
1d20.
Yeah.
Where's the 1d20?
11 feet away from you guys.
That's not very far.
It's
I gotta pick someone else.
How do we know who goes first? Like on initiative?
Well, we're gonna
Dexterity.
follow the turns of where they are set up on the very bottom on your pictures. Give me just a minute. Okay, we're gonna use this guy.
Oh. So we're not doing dexterity?
Right. So Nook is gonna go her first. Birdie is gonna go second. Ozark is gonna go third. And then finally, our greatest the silent is, well, actually, Dan is gonna go first. Sorry, then the rest of you, and then the silent. So Dan is going to shoot. Okay, so Dan is able to instantly kill the assailant.
Oh.
How many people has Dan shot?
Nice shot.
Thank you. I've been processing quite a bit.
Okay, let's
Are we gonna have like actual Dan do that like next session? Like the
No, when real Dan comes back, we're fixing his tongue.
Okay.
We're gonna
Well,
message him on Discord.
whenever he
If this
comes
man
back,
has to give some kind of long explanation or speech again, I am going to start rolling minus sanities.
whenever he comes back, you guys can try to roll the persuade again if you guys are still alive by then. So, I need luck rolls from Birdie. So Rose, go ahead and roll some luck since you are leading the group. Very well. You come across not too many feet away from where you're at the gun shop. If you wanna
Oh,
do anything, the gun shop seems to be closed. Nobody seems to be inside.
Suspicions.
can
Well,
I like
gunshot
take
has
the
ammo.
shotgun from the dead dude?
What did you say?
Can I take the shotgun from the dead dude? Just stab
Yes,
it?
you may. Yes, you very well
Yeah,
may.
shotguns would probably be good for us. We don't have to aim very well at shotguns.
Yep.
Let's just say shotgun. Let's go.
One of my friends loves shotguns. He says shotgun is best weapon you can have. You have problem over there, boom, no problem. Someone has arguments with you over here, boom, no arguments.
You know there's a lot of boom. Over in that store over there, there's a lot of boom. Dan says.
Do we want to
That
get
was
more ammo?
Non-comprehensible.
You don't have to worry about the ammo. You'll have unlimited ammo.
Oh,
We're
okay.
not counting ammo.
Okay. What kind of shotgun is it?
It's going to be. Give me just a second so I can pull it up again. Oh, I know where I have it. I should have a shotgun with this guy.
I just want to ask, when a weapon says the amount of
A
attacks
12 gauge.
or that it can shoot in auto, what does that mean?
Normally an automatic will be like you don't have to continue cocking it. It'll just keep going. So you'll be able to do more shots in session than versus if you have to cock it. Although when it comes to a gun, we normally allow up to 3 shots per turn, considering that you're shooting the same target, or 1 shot at a time if you're switching targets. Also, if while we don't necessarily worry about running out of bullets, we do count bullets every time you load your gun. So eventually, you're gonna have to come up to a stop and reload your gun. So you're gonna have to waste a turn to load your gun, or you're going to have to load 1 bullet and shoot. Also, if you do any kind of movement while shooting, that's when you're gonna start running into shooting on hard or extreme or anything else. So I put the stats for the shotgun over there on
Yep.
Discord.
So I don't need to possess ammunition. So my like 100 rounds of 45 and 100 rounds of .30.
Yeah, no, we're
isn't
gonna go ahead and say that you have plenty of ammo. The idea of going to the gun shop is not necessarily for you to get ammo. It's more so for you to get different or better, or just to get weapons. Some people like to play with grenades. Some people like to play with pistols. Some people like to play with slingshots.
Okay.
Well, I'm all right.
I'll take a little revolver. I'll take like a little pea shooter, like a 20.
All right, so Dan grabs the back of his gun. He grabs his gun backwards. And let's see how that goes. Yep. He breaks the window of the door to the gun shop. It's like, all right, let's go get some guns over here. You want a gun? Walk in.
I'll get like a little pocket handgun, a pocketbook handgun, something that can easily hide.
Okay. I don't have stats on me about that, but maybe you can find something like that on the book.
Yeah, I'll look at the player's handbook.
Yeah. So, all right. So you guys make sure you grab whatever you want in there. Go ahead and roll spot hidden. I can tell you exactly
That would probably
if you find
Freddie,
anything
that would probably be
anything
a 20,
interesting.
25 Derringer. It's only got 3 yards of range, but it's like small.
Yeah, I just want like a last defense type of weapon that I can hide.
All right. So you
Can
guys
I get an
find.
elephant gun?
So what?
Elephant gun. It's in the possible items.
Roll spot hidden and see if you can find it.
Alright, I'll roll spot it. I'm gonna roll as much luck as I need to get this one. Alright, there's spot.
Combat?
All right.
Yes!
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get the elephant gun. All right.
And
So
elephant gun ammo. So
the Dan's character manages to locate a crate full of dynamite sticks.
Ooh.
In case you guys need any.
I'm not gonna risk that in any world. No, y'all can play with dynamite.
Do we each grab a few, or do you want to
I
grab
mean,
the
if you
whole-
wanna grab some, you can grab some. On this
How
case,
many
you're
can
not
I
gonna
grab?
have. On this case, you're not gonna have unlimited. You're only gonna have how many you grab.
Okay. So I think since I have 10 fingers, I can grab probably 10.
Okay. So Dan will grab 10 sticks of dynamite too. You can put those under your possessions.
Okay. How much damage does dynamite do?
I believe dynamite makes damage when it comes to an area of effect, and it really is depending as to where it lands. Although, we're gonna go ahead and say that if it lands on you, chances are that it's gonna kill you because you're not necessarily gonna be able to dodge that quick enough or run away before it just blows up. So it'll be an automatic death if a stick of dynamite blows on you. At the same time, the problem with dynamite is unless you actually set it down, right, and you put a long enough fuse to blow it, you're gonna have to do a throw roll that you have to pass. And on that kind of roll, if you fail it, you may end up blowing your whole team up. So keep that in mind. All right. So you guys got some weapons, and I guess you're heading again towards the library. You guys finally get to the library. When you look at the library door is completely broken. It's got a huge crack on it, almost as if somebody stabbed it with an axe or something. As you walk in, everything seems to be still okay inside. Granted that there's some dead bodies everywhere in there, but there's light and the books are fine. So you guys walking in?
Could I use my stealth stat to get in there without making a noise to make sure
Yes,
no
you
one else
may.
is here? Oh, you motherfucker.
Wait, wait. I had the player's book open. What happened?
I
Oh,
went
yeah.
to stealth.
Oh, stealth. No, you walk in, and as soon as you walk in, you kind of stumble down on a loose board on the ground, and it makes some noise, and whatever is there would have been able to see you walk.
I um. Oof. I guess is there any place to hide that I can immediately see?
Mm, go ahead and roll spot hidden. Well, you do
Well,
see that
that
there's
gets me to success.
you can you can definitely see that there's maybe places that you can get behind, like book aisles and tables, but at the same time everybody just seems to be dropped on the ground dead.
Okay. I'm gonna signal for the group to move forward.
Okay.
I will run in close behind her.
All right. So
Before I run in, can I listen to see if I hear anything moving beyond us?
you may. Yes.
Since this is kind of like very precise listening, can I put this on hard just to see if I'm not trying to just listen in this room. I'm trying to listen this entire, 30 feet from me.
Um. Sure.
Come on, listen.
Nope. You don't hear anything.
Oh,
Nothing. Not even birds are making noises. Granted, that is nighttime, but still. Um. All right. You guys walked into the library. At least most of you. And if you guys want to use the library, go ahead and roll your library use.
Uh,
Oh, wow.
is that another? How do
No.
All right. Give me
How?
a second.
How do you fumble library use? What happens now?
Give me a second. I'll tell you in a moment. Let me find library use on Dan's character.
you see, what happened was my mother was in the library, and then my father paid me to bring her right to the library.
All
I
right.
can't forget.
So, Rose, this is the time where you will click on your character token and you will use the buttons on the top. But first, I want you to roll on tomes and see what kind of book do you find. Okay, so you find that book.
It's Mongolian? What's happening?
You can copy it and paste it on your sheet if you want, on your character sheet. So Dan is gonna roll his. Those under spells? No, under possessions. Yeah. Actually, maybe under backstory. All right, and then after that, go ahead and roll a 1d3. Oh, just typed it. Yeah. One. All right, so go ahead and roll on the. Wow. All right, go ahead and roll on the
Please.
traveling item. Actually, roll again because we both rolled the same thing. Let's might as well put both roll again. If you hit your arrow up on the keyboard, it does the last roll you did. Wow, again. Let's do. Okay, hold on.
What the?
I'll do it myself. There. All right. So you go ahead and click on the attack spell button, and I will click on the creature spell. And that's the spell that will come attached to your book.
Okay.
All right. So the way those spells are gonna work is obviously you're not gonna be able to use it now because it's gonna take you some time to read the book. And we're gonna roll right now, see how long it's gonna take you. So you can roll a 1d30, which is a month.
A month.
And it's gonna take Dan 2 days to read his book. And it's gonna
Maybe a
take you
whole
30
month.
days to read yours. All right. On top of that, you do find some newspaper articles from. We're gonna go ahead and say that you find some newspaper articles from this place in the Middle East, talking about how a city was ravished, much like an event like this, in which the people started killing each other, and somehow there were cats roaming around everywhere, inexplicably. There was an incredible amount of cats that will normally eat the dead people. At the same time, you will find a diary that was written by a tourist, I guess, in which he details that on his expedition to the Middle East, he found a place where there will be sacrifices done, where people will die to feed the cat goddess. Let me see if I can have her name somewhere right here.
What's that?
Just a moment. Just a moment. Bast.
Oh, hey, I was right.
Yeah.
And through those sacrifices, they will keep her away by feeding her kitties. But that it is written that from time to time, certain other forces in the universe may try to be a little bit of a trickster and bring Bast into our world.
Question.
Yeah.
The arm that we saw, it was a human arm or was it a giant kitty cat paw?
It wasn't either, because if you remember, I described it last time as the arm of a dimensional shambler.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what it was.
Right, so no cat pictures. Okay.
Mainly because,
Yeah,
and this has nothing to do with the story, of course, meaning like I'm not telling this as a character, but if you read between the lines, you'll realize that Bast is ultimately causing everybody to just kill each other due to the fact that Nyarlathotep is just bringing her up to play with you all just for his amusement.
Wait, isn't that the guy from the hotel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, he
But
just
that's
seems to
all
be a little
stories are.
upset. And, he holds grudges.
Because he lost himself over multi-lost hotel guests. Did we notice any cats? At all?
Well, now that you look, not inside of the library.
Okay, so no cats inside the library. Presumably that means it's safe now? Or that the cats are coming soon to feast on the bodies.
That's what I'm.
Well, most
wondering.
likely based on the information that you just found, the cats should be wherever the dead people are, because apparently they are eating them.
I'm gonna take a peek outside. I
Eh,
know it's dark,
yeah,
but just to see if there's kitties walking around.
you do see some kitties walking everywhere. In the if you look in the direction of the cemetery, you see more and more kitties.
Are some of those cats eating people, or are they just kind of hanging out?
I'm sorry, said that again.
Are some of those cats eating people, or are they just hanging out?
Some of them are eating.
No, that could just be normal cats. Mm, So, how do we get Bas to go away?
Well, sounds to me like you're gonna have to find her and I don't know, get rid of her somehow. You haven't
we
found
go
that out
to,
yet,
like,
so
Can we go to the Egyptian section of the library and just read up on Bas? Like, if she just needs like a.
no, you just check the whole library. There's no more
Oh,
information
check
on
the
the
whole.
library.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
So, what do we do now?
How many people do you think are left on the way?
I imagine by morning time the whole city might be cleared out, except for a few stragglers.
Do you think if we just wait long enough, the cats will eat and leave?
You want to wait until almost all the city is dead.
So my neighborhood's dead already. So if Harlem's already dead, I'm pretty sure the other boroughs have fallen as well. Unless you know how to fight a god.
Go ahead and roll your power.
Oh,
God damn it.
damn it, no. Oh.
Take the poisonous guns away.
Ow!
Ooh, 100.
Dude!
What she said really got to me.
Okay, so
Oh,
all
God.
right, so let me see, Dan and
What's my deck
Lorraine. So Dan and Lorraine, you were listening. I mean, Lorraine, you were talking to Rose, and suddenly you see how Rose just stays looking at you without moving, and Roy just doesn't seem to be moving either. Dan looks at you after looking at them, and shrugs his shoulders and lifts his hands up like saying, "I don't know." Um, and you put your hand on Lorraine's shoulder, try to shake her up, but she just doesn't respond. She's got a blank look on her eyes, like she's completely pale. And all of a sudden, you see her face turning into what seems to be the look of terror. Meanwhile, Lorraine, I'm sorry, Rose and Roy, you guys seem to appear at the cemetery. Suddenly, you are facing a humongous pyramid that is in place in the cemetery. Granted, that is not as big as the typical pyramids, but it is probably a two-story high pyramid. Uh, you look, and suddenly, as you're looking, you see cats coming out of everywhere. The cats look at you, and somehow they compel you to walk with them. As you walk with them inside, you see that there's this human like creature that once you get close enough, you notice that she's got the head of a cat, she's got a tail, she's got cat paws, but she can stand straight like a human. As she looks at you, Roy, you start walking towards her, compelled and not being able to help yourself as Rose stays back. And once you get to Bast, she just lays you down on the ground, and with one of her claws, just hits you. Let me take a look and see what we get out of that. Hold on, one sec. I don't have her sheet up. Okay. One moment. So. She does 1 damage, believe it or not. And with that 1 damage, a little bit of blood comes out, and you see that the cats are starting to go crazy. They just start pouring and pouring from everywhere close to you, and they jump on you and they start biting you and eating you, while Bast looks at Rose, and Rose cannot do anything about it. And from that, you guys get to do another sanity roll.
Both of us do sanity rolls?
Well, no, on this one, you and Roy gets to do a sanity roll. Okay, you passed the roll. You're fine, but you still owe me a 1d5 because you saw the goddess.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Roy, on your end, you roll me a 1d10 sanity.
Lord Keeper, I
Yeah.
have surpassed a loss of 5 sanity since the start of this.
Yeah, I believe both of you roll lost more than 5 points. So at this point in time,
No, I lost exactly 5.
okay, that's same thing either way. So at this point, you guys come back, and when you come back, you just shrunk down into fetal position, losing control of your characters for a moment. Go ahead and on the top of the screen, click on the phobias button.
Oof.
1 time, each of you.
That's a weird phobia. Okay.
Well, good thing you live in an apartment.
I know, I'm so lucky.
Well, I think that will encompass everything, not just
Guys,
house.
homophobia.
So what you want to do?
Homophobia.
Okay, there you
go.
I have a fear of plants.
Yeah. So that will mean trees and anything else. And right now we're gonna.
What does that exactly mean? Like, if I have to fight plants, or like I run when I see a tree in front of me? Like, how do
You become very, very uncomfortable at the sight of a plant. So therefore, if you see a tree, you will do anything in your power possible to be away from them.
It's like the fear condition.
Yeah, the same
Got
thing
it.
happens with houses for her. So entering a house,
Does that count houses? Do houses count as apartments?
pretty much anything that resembles a house. So going inside of a house, staying at a house, getting invited inside of a house,
Yeah. Does it count for also libraries and other buildings?
No, because those are not necessarily looking like houses.
Okay.
Ivor me
Fear of
more.
houses and fear of plants sucks considering we're literally gonna go to a farmhouse.
We're
Well,
not going to a farmhouse anymore.
I can be inside and she can be outside. I got a tent. A tent's not a house.
But in any case,
Farmhouses.
we're gonna go ahead and call it right now. Um, so we'll continue this
This
next
was
Thursday.
such a train wreck. Oh my god.
How
Don't
many
We're gonna